Saira, let's start the study circle with 3 ohms. Om. 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 Dear Swami, we are so grateful to be able to meet here together in your presence today. While we are here together studying your word in your Bhagavatha Vahini, we ask that you open our ears and hearts to whatever it is you want us to learn. Please speak through each one of us and help us progress in our spiritual journey. Jai Sai Ram. Sai Ram, everyone. Just a reminder to mute your cell phones if you have not already done so. Let's speak from the heart and listen with humility. Being fully present during this discussion would definitely help us progress in our spiritual journey. Just a reminder to everyone. All right, we are going to start the study circle today with a meditation. The goal here is I am trying to play as many shortened versions of the types of meditations that are available to help us pick and choose whatever is best for each one of you and kind of go with what works for you. I have tried each one of these, but not consistently, intermittently, but just wanted to let everyone also have these links. I can definitely post these links if once we are done with the study circle format. So with that, we can start the meditation.
Sai Ram and Namaste. Welcome to the second session of the Brahma Muhurat meditation. Let's begin the session by chanting Om together 3 times. In today's meditation, we are going to practice the Soham technique. Throughout the day, you are doing Soham innumerable number of times. That means the number of times you breathe in the day, you are doing a So and Hum unknowingly. But in this meditation, you are consciously going to practice the Soham way of breathing. So as you breathe in So. You will pause and then you breathe out. You're not saying the words out aloud. You're only doing it internally. However, this is a rhythmic way of breathing. So if you take 3 seconds to breathe in, you will pause for 3 seconds and you will exhale for 3 seconds. Do it at a pace that's comfortable for you. And allow yourself to really sink into this immense ocean of bliss. Don't hold back. But remember that don't run after the mind in this case. Here the complete focus is on the breath. The complete focus is on the sound or the internal chanting of So Hum. After you breathe out in one cycle, you can pause for 2 seconds. So breathe in So, then pause, breathe out Hum, and then pause again. It is in this pause that you will have the glimpse of the divine. an experience of the true bliss. So go ahead, sit with your back and neck straight. Your feet can be in either firmly on the ground if you're sitting on a sofa or a couch. You can sit in a Padmasana if that works for you. A Sukhasana is also fine. Your fingers can be in the Dhyana Mudra. Close your eyes. And again, begin by first internally massaging yourself. Begin by massaging your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, chest, stomach, thighs, knees, legs, ankles, feet, relax completely. Now breathe in so. Pause or hold your breath and breathe out. Pause again. So. Continue doing this practice at your own pace. Just remember to maintain this rhythmic pattern. Gently take your attention to your third eye. And as you're in the space of nothingness, imagine an Om in the place of your third eye. And chant.
I'm Abigail Spanberger, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
Do you support the president's purge of the
And Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham. Chanting internally yourself to experience Shivoham. Slowly come back to the present moment in time. Rub your palms, place them over your eyes. Welcome back. So technique.
Sairam, thank you for participating in this meditation session. We are trying, like I said, different styles of meditation, though it all leads to the same. But each one of us may have a favorite, and at least this will give us the opportunities that lie on the vast world of the World Wide Web. So, with that intent, I thought it would be meaningful to play these. I have a list of those, and we will be listening to those time and again. So just to start off, this is just a review from last session on Thursday. We talked about chapter 36, and we talked about God as a friend. And there was a very healthy discussion talking about on how we actually see God and what it takes to be God's friend. We also talked about friendship with God, the comparison between human versus divine friendship. We talked about seeing God as a friend and how that takes away and reduces the distance, takes away the fear and reduces the distance between God as an entity outside and us as an individual. We did discuss the 9 paths of devotion that include Sakhyam, which is friendship. And then we did talk about Swami's message of heart to heart and love to love. And basically, we ended with just saying the 9 paths of devotion show us that there is a way to connect with God in whatever way that suits the devotee. And of course, I just wanted to put it out here that in Sakhyam, there is no fear, formality, or distance. This is something that we talked about. We talked about just having openness, trust, and affection. The devotee or us, basically as the devotee, can share everything with God, joys, sorrows, and doubts, as we would with our best friend. And this form of devotion turns spiritual practice into an intimate relationship with the divine. So this is just something that I paraphrased from our discussion with last Thursday. So I had a video last Thursday that talked about God as a friend, and I thought that would have been a great end to that discussion. So if anyone has anything to add, this would be a great time. And then we can definitely discuss further once we see the video. Okay, let's move along.
DSG presents your favorite classic fleece, the All-Star. It comes.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. Very often Swami would come out to talk to the students, and he would love to talk to the little ones there. They would come only twice a week for darshan. So Swami would call a boy and ask him, "Boy, how many brothers have you got?" And he would say, answers would vary. I'm just picking one sample case. He would say, "Swami, 2 brothers." Swami would say, "Hey, no, all are brothers." And over Thursday darshan is over, next Sunday darshan, or again the next Thursday darshan, again Swami will come and ask, "Hey boy, how many sisters have you got?" Swami, "No sisters." "Hey, all are sisters." Swami, "Oh, okay." So then over Thursday, over again next Sunday, or maybe next Thursday, or after 2 weeks, Swami comes, speaks the same boy. "Boy," he gets up. "Now Swami comes, Swami, ask, I'm ready." Swami will ask, sometimes Swami will ask, "How many wives have you got?" Swami, "All are wives, Swami." Or other times Swami will ask, "How many friends have you got?" Swami, "All are friends, Swami," because now you know the general trend of the answers. Swami would say, "No, God is your only friend," Swami would say. And this concept of friendship for me personally has been a story like that, where theoretically I am very thorough in my answers, but when it comes to the practical experiencing of those answers, I have been caught multiple times.
I'm Abigail Spanberger, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
Do you support the president's
famous for a bladder?
Best friendship is like a rolling trophy. In my first and second standard, I had one Prabal Patel, my best friend, till 4th standard. Then it changed. Then came one girl, Prajakta. For 2-3 years, she held that position. Like a World Cup trophy, we seem to have a rolling trophy. We say best, but it rolls on. And then came Sumesh. I can go on, there's a long list. All this, I began to think later on, correct, how can I say best friend? So many best friends, we can't. That's why Swami would say, God is your only best friend. It went on like this. And when I look back, so many heartbreaks, because when your best friend doesn't wish you on your birthday, it's very painful. Others don't wish, no problem. Mother wish, no problem. Mother, father will bring everything. You're wondering why that best friend didn't wish me. In the year 2002, I was I was doing my Masters of Chemistry. At that point in time, I had been to Bombay for my summer vacation. I went to a Archie's card gallery and I found one card. 101 reasons why you're my best friend. And I took that card. 101 reasons. They started. On the first page, there were only 21 reasons. Then I opened it. It opened up into a 2-foot long card, multiple, and they've actually listed 101 reasons because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. I think back in those days, there were many such cards like 51 reasons why you're this, 120 reasons, 1008 reasons. I'm sure even the person who is giving the card will not read all the reasons. Oh, this I'll give to my best friend next because you're my best friend. I picked up that card. I'll give it to my best friend. At that time, there was a best friend of mine, a homeopathy doctor. And when I was leaving Bombay to go back to college, so I went to the clinic, the homeopathy clinic, and I thought I will. As I went there, she just said, hey, you came, huh? Good. I said, I came because I'm leaving tomorrow. Oh, okay. What's that? Card for me. I said, it's a card, but why do you think it's for you? Who else? You means you have to buy for me only, no? Something hurt inside, the ego. Why did you buy a card for me? No. I also didn't buy this for you. Oh, well, friendship, best friendship gone there only. That's what I said. No, I didn't buy this for you. Then for whom it is? That's not your concern. I just came to tell you bye. Okay, bye. Chalo, Sai Ram. And I left. And I didn't give that card. So that card remained with me I took it in my bag to the hostel, where 6 months later, I was considering awarding it to Hemant, who was my new best friend. Hemant, he deserves it, definitely deserves it. So 4 months down the line was his birthday, and I said, that is the time I'm going to give this card. But 4 months, things change a lot. And things began to change. 3 months later, in the hostel bookstore, I found another card which I felt is more apt for Hemant, and I gifted that on his birthday. So this card remained with me. I thought, okay, next year I will give it to him. In the meanwhile, Satya came into my life. But Satya, he is my best friend. So this card should go to him.
DSG presents your favorite classic fleece, the All-Star. It comes.
And all this while I'm seeing this in Mandir. Swami conversing with little ones, Swami telling everyone God is your best friend. At that point in time, if somebody asks me to give a speech, I will give a speech saying God is my best friend. But when it comes to practice, I'm finding whom should I give this card to. Cutting a very long story short, at least 7-8 people whom I thought should be given this card were rejected, and the card remained with me. Until sometime in 2008, when I was by this time I graduated, I finished MBA, not just MSc, imagine. 2008, it is 6 years over. I had graduated, I had joined Radio Sai, I was working there, and I was just clearing my bag and cupboard, and I suddenly found this card, yellowed with age, not yet found anybody to give it to. I was like, what is this, man? I don't have one best friend to whom I can give this card. And then I felt, now I know whom this card is going to go to. This is Amay Deshpande. We had studied together, we had been classmates, and he had outlasted all of the best friends. 4 or 5 years, he had continued to be close to me, and I felt he understood me well. I said, yeah, this is it. In fact, such was my conviction that on that day, his birthday comes somewhere towards December. For the first time in my life, I actually wrote somebody's name on that card. I wrote, Dear Amay, Dearamey. First time I'm putting ink on that card. And there's nothing else that need to be written. I began to read through those things, again, so many. He didn't qualify for all the 101, but okay, from 75, 76, he qualified, so that okay, fine. O grade that is. In school, nobody gets 100 out of 100, right? So yeah, 75 is the best anybody has done so far. So I think I'll give him the card. And in the end, I wrote with love, Arvind. And then I thought he should understand the significance, the magnificence of this card. Is not just an ordinary gift. So I wrote a covering letter along with the card. In that covering letter, I wrote the history of the card. I said, listen, this card was bought way back. It dates back to 2002. It's got history. It was meant for so-and-so. And then so-and-so failed on these grounds. And so it was meant for so-and-so. I told you I won't bore you with the details. I actually bored him with all the details because he's my best friend. That is one of the things. You listen to all my boring things. That is one of the 101 points there. So you better read, right? So I wrote all those things. And I said, that card is coming to you. That I concluded, I stuck it and I thought, yes, I'm going to give this to him. So his birthday came the 23rd of December and I met him in Mandir after the darshan in the evening. Happy birthday! Hey, thanks. Here, there's a card for you. Why all this formality? No need. You just shut up and take this. This card is very important. Okay, he took the card. We walked along, pushing our bicycles. We walked to Radio Sai. We sat there. We spoke for a long time. He had to return to the hostel by 9 o'clock. So he returned after that. And I thought, okay, once he sees the card, he'll understand. It will be the most special card he has ever received in his life. Then I saw that card was on my table still there at radio side. I felt like, how? He forgot. No problem. He's going to call me anytime. Saying, hey, Arvind, I forgot the card. No call came. I waited till 11:30 at night before I got tired and I slept. No call came. Next day morning, no call, no message, nothing. So I thought, I'll call him now. So I just called him. Hey, what happened? Good, I'm rushing to college. No, I just want to ask you, how was your birthday yesterday? You know? Fishing his memory and trying to revive his memory. And he said, yeah, it was fine. It was good, yeah, normal, same things. Any special gifts you got? No gift. No, I mean like cards and all. You can't get more direct than that, right? Any cards you got? The same one their moms and dads and yeah, the same some of these students they gave. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. What a big deal after 30 what birthdays and all that. He didn't even know that I had given him a card and told him it's so important. I was so shell shocked. I just said okay, bye, and I cut the call, put the phone down. I'm putting it down like this because I remember I had called from the studio landline phone. It was not my mobile phone. It's still so vivid. And the disappointment I felt in my heart was so tremendous. It's like he's not even acknowledging that he has got the card. He doesn't even know that he is. What kind of a friend? So I just went, when you feel like that, when you feel let down, it just feels, what is this? It feels like you have invested so much into something and that's just going down the drain. So I sat in my chair looking at Swami's photo. Saying, Swami, am I asking too much, Swami, from the world? What is it? I'm just asking for one good friend. From 6 years. I'm supposed to be very popular. People love me. I'm struggling to get one friend, Swami. One friend I'm not finding. He also didn't qualify for me, but I gave grace, no problem, 75 to 101. And he's not even remembering. Swami, nobody understands my heart, Swami. I don't think so. Only somebody will, maybe only Swami you will understand because you live in my heart, no? And as I said that, no, then it struck me. The theory that we have been taught to us all these years, God is your, oh yeah, Swami, that is why you say you are the best friend. No, yeah, because you're in the heart, you know everything that's going on in the heart. And I looked at his photograph and said, Swami, I want to give this card to you, will you take it? And then as I've written, Dear Amai over there. So I took a pen and the EY that was there, I merged it. It was in cursive handwriting. So I merged EY into Y, made it one big Y. And before the A, I added SW. So it now became Dear SWAMY. Dear Swami, with love Arvind. That covering letter was there. I shredded it into pieces and wrote a new covering letter. Dear Swami, I want to tell you the history of the card. Because now Amai was part of the history, right? In the card. So I wrote a new covering letter, this whole thing. And I said, Swami, I have not found a best friend because I was so foolish. I was searching elsewhere, Swami. Kabir Das says,
you know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Eat smart with Factor.
DSG presents your favorite classic fleece, the All-Star.
कस्तूरी कुंडल बसाई मृग ढूंढे बन माही ऐसे घट घट राम है दुनिया देखे नाही. The musk deer, from whom musk is extracted, they say from the navel of the musk deer they extract musk. It gets a fragrance, it seems. I wonder, wow, such a heavenly fragrance, where is it coming from? It keeps walking and it's not able to find because wherever it's going, it's smelling it and saying, it's everywhere, where is it coming from? And Kabir Das says it doesn't know it's emanating from itself. That fragrance that you're in search of is in you only. You don't know you're searching it everywhere else. And he says that is how Rama is. That's how God is. God is with you all the time. You're searching everywhere else. Your best friend is with you always, but you search everywhere. All this, all this wisdom hit me. And I said, yeah, Swami, I've written this. And I said, Swami, I've never been able to get rid of this card. I really want to get rid of it tomorrow, Swami. I am offering you my hand of friendship. Best friend. You will be my best friend. You have been my best friend and now I've realized it. But Swami, you have to take this card from me tomorrow. That's it. Tomorrow. No excuse, nothing, somehow or the other. And in that emotional Josh, emotion is such a strong thing. You often confuse it for devotion. It often happens like sit there, shed tears and think, how devoted I am like that. We get emotional. So in that emotion, I told Swami, please, you must take my card tomorrow only, no other day because tomorrow. And then I realized next day was 24th December 2008. Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is a day when the overseas devotees, the international organization, they would sing carols and songs for Christmas in Swami's presence. Maximum crowd. Those days it's almost impossible. In fact, Swami never would accept letters on that day, because how many will be there wanting to give? But the next day I went, I'm having this card in my hand and Swami came, he was wheeled into the Sai Kulwant hall from the ladies' side. I'm looking at, I had my camera with the big zoom lens. So through the lens, I was looking at him. As soon as he came in, right in the beginning, there would be some people sitting with emergency letters. They would take special chit to sit. Something emergency has happened, urgent they want. So they want to seek Swami's help. So they're given a front line to sit. They're sitting there. Meaning, they are the ones who have the highest probability of being able to give a letter to Swami. And as Swami is crossing them, he doesn't take the letter. No, Swami, you didn't take the letter. And Swami comes, he's telling, keep. Swami finished the darshan round, the entire ladies' side, not one letter taken. I was like, Swami, statistically is proving to be a bad day for me. But Swami, I have told it off. Today, somehow you have to take my letter, Swami. Because if you don't take, I'll be heartbroken, Swami. Today you have to take. Swami comes to the gent side. Entire gent side completed. Again, not a single letter taken. And then he comes. In the student section, there is a birthday boy section. There, finally, one letter taken. I got little hope. I said, Swami, but because Swami is telling everybody, keep it. And as he was coming near me, I was just thrusting out my hand like, Swami, just take it off. Swami, please take it off. Even if you don't think I'm a good friend, even if you don't think I'm your best friend, just take it off, Swami, because otherwise my heart will be broken. Suddenly he turned towards me. Wedding card? Swami. I got up, jumped out, went to the front, sat in front. I said, no, Swami, best friend card. I told him. He simply took it. And by the way, because as I said, the card had yellowed, the cover had gone bad, right? I had put in a new cover and I had nicely sealed it with cellophane tape all around, like very precious. Nobody else should open. By the time Swami came on the dais, I saw Swami had in his hand 4 covers. One of those 4 were my best friend card. And I felt, thank you, Swami. Thank you. You have accepted it. Thank you so much. That too on this Christmas Eve when you don't take any letters at all. Generally, I've observed Shivratri Day, Guru Purnima Day. Swami not collect letters at all. Keep it. Normal darshan time he'll collect. This day you have taken, Swami. I'm so grateful. I'm very happy. So Swami sat on the stage and asked for the program to begin. And as the program began, he opened one of those covers and was reading that letter. By the time one song got over, he had finished reading through the other 3 letters. And then after the song got over, there was applause. So Swami, who was reading, looked up. He blessed. And he said, okay, next song. So the next song began. And as the next song began, he's trying to open the cover that I had given. But he's not able to because it is nicely cellophane, like FedEx I have packed it. So he tried for about 2-3 lines of the song and then he gave it off to the boy next to him. I felt, oh God, why did I seal it like that? Why, Swami, I missed an opportunity. Otherwise, possibly Swami would have just opened it, right? And then Swami tells the boy sitting next to him, open it and give it to him. And the boy opened that cellophane tape packaging and he gave it. And Swami takes and opens the card. The song is halfway done. Swami starts reading. From the page when I said 21 reasons are there. He's sitting and he's reading. He's reading and reading and reading.
I'm Abigail Spanberger, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
Do you support the president's...
And the song gets over. And Swami doesn't even realize that the song has got over. There's a video of this on YouTube. And Swami is seeing the card and there's an applause because the song got over. Then Swami looks up, gives blessing, next. And as the next song starts, sits back into the card, worried. I was sitting there feeling, wow, okay, superb, Swami. For 2 songs you have read the card. As the second, he took 2 songs to finish one side. It's like almost reading, you are my best friend because whatever happens, you are by my side. I feel if that pace also you read, you will be able to finish. But he finished. And then as he finished, the song got over. And again they applauded. Swami said, okay. Again he nodded, smiled. The third song began. And Swami opened the card and continued to read. And I was just thinking, Swami, how, it feels so special. I was sitting in the side. Swami is reading the card and I was thinking everybody must be cursing. Who is that fellow who gave that card? Swami not looking anywhere else, only simply buried. Sitting on the dais, only buried in that card, full time. And I'm so desperate to capture a photograph, but I'm stuck on the side. I was like, wow. Swami read the card for 6 songs. And then Swami went into the interview. As Swami went into the interview room, Swami told, continue singing, he told. And he went in. That time I shifted my position, came to the front. Because I was feeling so special, so nice. Awesome I was feeling. And Swami comes back. So usually when he goes like that, all the letters that he has collected, he leaves it in the interview room. He has left those other 3. This one card, he's got it back again. Continuing his reading. Then the next song is going on. Now I was right in front, so I have taken a few pictures of Swami reading. He opened the card full, 2 feet length. Kept reading and reading. He read that card for the entire program. And as that program came to a close, if Swami just took the card, I was happy. By the time the program came to a close, I was in tears. Because Swami on that day made me feel like he took avatar road only for me. It was like So many people have gathered there. It is Christmas Eve. They're singing carols that they've practiced for so long. But this is a critical point of time in the life of this fellow. I'm going to be there for him when he needs me. Yes, Swami, I'm very grateful to you for that one day. Because I realized what it means to be a true friend. And Swami has done this when there are millions yearning for him. That is the reason why you are here, I am here, every one of us is here. Because we have felt that one moment when he has made us feel that I have taken avatar road for you, my dear. I will be there. That day I was convinced. Swami read, took back the card with him when he went into the car again, carried it all the way back to the residence. From that day, I decided, that's it, Swami. You are my best friend. Nobody else will ever replace that any time in life. And then I realized that all this while, I am thinking that I am waiting for my best friend. My best friend has been waiting for me patiently, without getting upset, without getting frustrated. I got frustrated when the card was not opened. How Swami must have felt. You dumbo, I have told you 100 times. Right? I told you 100 times I am your best friend. And then I have asked you, you have told back also. And still you are going. No, I will wait. Because I love you. True friend. The whole world will walk out of your life. I will step in. I will not walk in because I'm always in your life. You just don't notice me. Only when the hall becomes empty, you see, oh, Swami, you are here. I've been waiting. When you call me. When you wake up in the morning, I'm by the side of your bed, waiting to see if you'll tell me Sai Ram. But you go and check your WhatsApp who sent you message. You're so busy. You brush your teeth, I come by your side, I want to brush my teeth with you. I'm there throughout waiting. And the moment you remember me, I come running. Just think of me, I'm there. And I know that every moment Swami is there, and I'm sure that is how it is for every one of us. We might not get experiences which we can speak in public forum, but we'll get experience that will thump in our heart that Swami is there, that will make us close our eyes, shed tears and say, thank you, Swami. Thank you. You love me so much. May my love for you keep growing every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Okay, Sairam, I just thought that our discussion, this had a nice humor and a story with a message. So I just thought this actually was a great conclusion to our discussion about friendship, God as a friend. Does anyone have anything to add? We are moving along to the next chapter. Yeah.
So, okay, understand like we have to consider God as a friend. There are so many people. See, this is an elevation kind of thing. A person, if it has been elevated, he can have that understanding or knowledge to differentiate and identify God and consider him God as a friend. But there are so many people who are not having that much elevation to really think through that thing. But we all think that like God is within everyone. So when he is within everyone also, why they are not being having a strike or something like this? Okay, still I am there, but why do we need to still look for that? Why? Because that creates some stress or something like this, something so much of unhappiness, not having something. So what is that? It has been missing in that kind of unfortunate souls what we have it in the world. So if everyone is, if God is within everyone, why it is? Because whatever Arvind has mentioned is, I felt okay, these are all very great souls who have been associated in that area, but he's still confused. Being in that area itself, he's confused. Leave about that people who are there, who are lucky in that era of Swami. But there are other people, millions of people. How do they recognize that? How do they need to be elevated?
Because they don't have physical proximity. Is that why you're saying that?
Only physical proximity. They don't even have that understanding. Why? Whether we need to consider God as a companion or something like that also.
Well, I can think of our own center. I think of Asha Auntie, actually. I feel like she had that sort of relationship with God as a sort of friend. I mean, I can imagine, I know she used to paint a lot and paint a Swami, and as well as imagine Swami everywhere where she is. So I feel like if she can do it, I know she's a bit more elevated than the rest of us, but I feel like we can all reach that level eventually.
Sairam. I was thinking earlier also as to what stops us from having God as a friend. It can be Swami, it can be Krishna, it can be elevation. I'm not sure if we can use the word elevation. Maybe it's just that we are not tuned to think in that line. Maybe because when we say friend, we want to see a physical person in front of us or move with us, or who, that's what we typically mean by friend. We don't consider God as a friend, or might we 99% people would not have heard to think in that line. So that is why they may not be aware that you can treat God as a friend. So once you're aware, even then, something stops us from treating God as a friend. It's the ego. I mean, we all know that that's covering, and that's why we are not able. But it requires a little bit of going beyond that covering of all the vices, ego, and all that, to look at God as a friend. Swami says that just because Swami says you treat God as a friend is one aspect, but you have to realize and treat him as your best friend, and communicate with him or that divinity. I think it is possible, and it is definitely, it works miracles if we do that.
Sairam. So we are just talking about friendship with the God. So it doesn't need to be friendship. We are just talking about that as a part of Navavida ways, right? It can be any kind of relation that we feel about the God. It's the point of conviction. So how you have that strong conviction that you're thinking God as your parent, guru, friend, or whatever the relation you feel about him, the conviction. So what happens normally, that conviction stays for certain moment in the life.
Correct.
And it
It's
may
momental.
be 5 minutes for somebody, they sit in front of Baba and they'll feel he's the companion or he's the friend. That conviction will be there for that moment as soon as they keep seeing his physical form. Suppose they move out of that mandir, that conviction is gone. So it is about the practice of that conviction, because that what keeps you with the connection with the God. The longest time you keep, you will become more and more closer to God. The moment it's a kind of, think of a mirror. As you keep polishing, it always shines and reflects of whatever the supreme power that you believe. But as it gets fogged or clogged with the dirt, then slowly it fades away. So it's about how you keep your heart pure and clean with the conviction. That's what is important.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello? Yeah. So let's start with the question, why do we need friends? How are friends different from brothers and sisters or family, right? Why do we need? So let's first ask ourselves, I would like to know, why do we need friends, right? And then how do we replace God with actual human being friends?
I don't think we are replacing, first thing, but friends is basically, if you have, so friends is the only choice that you have, who you pick. Your family is something that comes to you by birth. And I think friendship or friends that the satsang that we choose is basically something that we choose given in that moment. A lot of my friends, like he said, my kindergarten friends are no longer friends of mine. I mean, we are on different paths. Again, we need to find something in common that we discussed on Thursday as well. When you said, we at human level, I think, need friends. We make friends. I don't know, need is the right word, but we make friends based on where we are. We are social people. We go to work, we connect with someone, we call them a friend. These are choices that we make based on our interests, and there has to be something common. You can't just have a friend, either or they have to be in close proximity, in terms of, if it's your neighbor, a neighbor who takes your trash can and puts it inside when you are not in town or when you go back to work, those are friends that we have made for that particular time, I think.
Saira. So I just want to bring some humor here. So years ago, when I was working back in India, we had, you know, some foreign collaboration. So and most of them were from the Eastern Bloc. And so at that point of time, I had a gentleman from Poland, another one from Czechoslovakia, and there was a third one from Russia. All the three were there at that time. And these two guys, the Polish guy and the Czechoslovakian guy, when they are there, so where did the brother go? So they kept saying, and they were referring to that Russian guy. All the three of them were together, and so they kept referring to him as brother. And then one day they told us, and then other thing they always put, they will, if something is there permanently, like the tank, and so during the Cold War, I mean, these are the symbols of the Cold War from the Russian era there. So they used to refer, and both of them understand, like the tank. Then they will know that it came from there, and every street something is parked to remind them that you better, behave. And so on one day they said, why we call him brother? We don't call him friend or, even a foe or anything, but we call him a brother. Same reason. He said, a brother, a friend you can choose. A brother, it's just the opposite of what you just said. A friend we can choose. A brother, you don't have a choice. So they, that is what they were saying.
So I get what you're saying, but I personally feel that yes, friends we need as a physical, human being. You need like satsang is there. You talk to them, but I personally don't talk my deepest feelings to any of my friends or to my family members. I talk to Swami all the time. Morning when I wake up. So for me, if the friends as a human being, I do need. But for me, my deepest thoughts I share with only Swami. So Swami is the greatest friend. So I do not have any contradiction in that. Friends are there. But when you are talking your deepest thoughts, you only talk to Swami, because talking to friends doesn't give you anything. Right? Whatever, oh, pabam, that's all they can say. Or, they cannot give you, that is not possible for them to give advice, because their thought process is completely different from ours. And the way they think is different. Right? So I feel like we all have Swami as our greatest friend. I do not think that there is any kind of ambiguity here.
Sorry, I have a little difference here. Kind of thing. See, probably you have been so involved and so convicted that okay, you're so believed that like Swami is your close friend, where you are not able to share anything with anyone, either brother, sister, or anyone, or also something like this, or any friend also. So, but I don't feel like, even see, for me, I in some situations also, even if I'm down in something like in a work or something like this also, suddenly, without even knowing anything, I get a call from Australia or something like this. Okay, whom I worked like 15, 20 years back. He calls me, he talks to me, just like all of a sudden I feel like, okay, oh, this talk or this call has made me something completely come out of that. And he talks like, when he talks also, I did not share anything like, okay, oh, I'm just down with this today, or like, oh, whatever the decision I made this today is made me wrong, or it doesn't have anything to do. Suddenly that guy what calls, but we interact in our discussion, it comes in such a way that I go, oh yeah, we discuss that. Then it will, oh yeah, nice, okay, I was not thinking that. So I feel like I'm not sure, like, because it all depends. Everyone whom have that belief, they might be talking to God, but at the same time, if you have that trust in every next person who can help, it is everyone listens. It's not just like no one shows sympathy itself. It does not show sympathy. If some things might be beyond his limit to really answer because of his experience or like because of his maturity, but it doesn't mean that like no one tries to listen. It is not that like when you get an answer or like when you get a response from him, it doesn't mean that like they are listening to you. They are listening. It is, whether it's active listening, but God, you are not getting a response, but you have the conviction that God is listening. You might be having that feeling.
We are missing the point which Arvind wanted us to listen to. Point is not like we are trained to have a third, another body, an entity as friend. He is trying to tell what is the basis of Vedanta. Do not look outside, inside, and still even if we look inside, we are still trained to see God as a third person. Krishna, Baba, Swami, this. That is also our training. We have to go beyond it. He is mentioning it to us repeatedly. We have to go even beyond this figure of Baba, even beyond this figure of Swami, even this figure of Krishna. You have to go beyond it. That Atma Tattva is the best friend. Who is Kasturi? Is Kasturi Baba, God, Krishna? Kasturi is that Atma Tattva which Kabir is mentioning, which he mentioned. So it is basically the same thing, not elevation, but maybe a realization. Realizing, repeatedly training our mind to that level. Nothing. Anything which is visible, anything which is, entity which we can feel, our thing is beyond it. And that entity itself is we, and that is what we have to connect to. Which proves your point. The call came. How the call came.
See, even on the video also, on the Arvind's video also, what my understanding, or okay, because I didn't put that thing because I felt like, okay, people might think that, okay, I'm trying to make him for law of kind of. See, he's been a confused soul being in that area also. Ultimately, Swami appeared him saying that, okay, you consider me as a friend. Means that is like, it is a confusion. He's having that much. So it is like you inside, internally, you look for yourself. So as Manoj said, it is what you have to do the inner and then find yourself a friend inside you. So that makes more.
That exactly we have studied in previous sessions. Even in the session when we were reading about Krishna, Arjuna, Pandava, those people were also confused. They did not take him as God to the complete entity. People around Baba, they were lucky, but don't think that they are supreme just because they spent few years with him. Who digested Baba? Who digested what he? That is the goal. Just because physical proximity, they are not. I mean, nothing. Physical proximity will give you some benefit to listen, but go beyond it. So he is not saying that. He's not saying that being physical closeness. He's definitely going much beyond it.
Yeah, and I think the point he was trying to make is it doesn't matter even if you have the physical proximity, your mind, when you make it the master, that's what happens. Yes, please go ahead.
So I will first start with the statement, Sound Magic Cake, right? Your deepest feelings she cannot discuss openly with other outsiders, like, maybe family, friends, anything. So it doesn't matter anything. So the reason is, maybe I'm not saying it could be the one. Most of the cases, some of the things, we talk to somebody and we might get a different response that we are not expecting from them. That's why a lot of times you go and try to tell something to somebody else, but you just, aback because you think, oh, that person might think in a different way. And you might not be expecting that kind of reaction from the other person. So you hold back for a reason. So it depends on topic to topic, whom you want to share, whom you don't want to share. So it's all depends on whom you want to tell. Maybe some of the things you probably not expecting the reaction from other people, that what you share with them, you might get a different reaction. That's why you probably share it. But anyway, if you're talking to God, the God is not anywhere else. You're talking to your self-conscious inside, and then trying to resolve that with yourself, where we all know that God resides everywhere. but you are sharing with the God looking into the air, but he's not in the air, he's inside, he's outside, he's in the front. So the second case where he was talking about, he was down on particular day and somebody calls. See, everything happens for a reason, and we think that this is happening, somebody called and gave him some good time at that day. It's not because you think of God. It's not because you, even though you are not thinking about the God, but the conscious cycle is still working, and it might not be giving directly put the light on so and so. Oh, he's down today. I am shedding some light on this guy. Let him feel special on this day. He might be making the call to somebody else and making their thought process. Hey, your friend is down there. You just call him, give me a call. They don't know that why they are calling on that particular day. So this all kind of conscious cycle continuously walking around us. We don't realize that one. Everything that we don't really watch every minute. I mean, sometimes I watch it on a particular day. I feel, oh, this is the reason that happened on that day. So when I look back, the things happen in a sequence. And then we don't see that one that's happening on that day, but you sit back and watch on that day what happened. It's happened for a reason. So this is all happening every minute around us. But only thing, some people, they realize and they live every moment. That's why they become yogis. They become special elevated people. We don't watch. We are buried into the mundane things. Our thought process is covered always. So that is what we need to practice.
Yeah,
Live the
so
moment.
I want to add a little bit to that question. Yeah, when we, I mean, I also do the same thing, when finally, you just go and, appeal to him, when something solution is not found and you're very, you're looking for an answer, best person to talk to is Swami. But then we have to, like Dhananjay said, we have to keep our eyes open. The answer may come, from Swami, but it requires a medium, and that medium could be that friend and that you are talking to. So even the selection of somebody to whom you open up is not my point is, it's not your choice. That also is something that has come from, and talking to the wrong person is also his choice. So that is a lesson there to be learned. So I think everything, if we believe that that is what it is, then we will not have any trouble.
So it is not the, so for me personally, I can talk about it. It is not that I'm judging the other person and saying, oh, this person may, do X, Y, Z. It is the karmic action that leads to, you talk one thing, the other person receives it in some other way. That is a karmic action. I am doing some karmic action. I'm giving that to you. That is a karmic action. You say something that also comes to me only. So with that thought process, as you said, you talk softly, that is the thing, right? But you don't have to unburden yourself to others. Just listen, but you may get the answer from other person because you have communicated to Swami. You may get the answer. Be aware of it. So be ready to listen. Yeah, but don't unburden yourself to others, because then you are creating a karmic action, a big karmic action. That is my feeling.
Yeah, that I think each one deals with those things personally based on their level of understanding. Anyway, we are almost at the tail end. Yes, please go ahead.
Sairam. In this case that Arvind portrayed, he goes through all the things. He considers his friends, physical friends, as his best friend. And then he realizes that they are not for some reason. Now, finally, when he considers Swami as his best friend, writes the letter and all that, and he gives it or wants to give. At that time, if Swami had not picked that card, does it mean Swami is not the best friend? It's not. The message will come in some other way.
But he could tell the story because he picked the card.
Exactly.
That's why he said that in the end. That
Exactly.
you may not have a story to tell, but that process is the thought process is what he's trying to talk about.
Yes, exactly. So he is a good orator, basically. So he knows how to make it interesting. So
no, what I wanted to say was that God is the best friend message will come to him in some other form. Even if Swami had not picked that card at that time, on that day, some other way that message will come, because God is the best friend. That's the truth. So that truth is there. He has realized it. So he has written the letter based on that. So that's all good. So for that, the message will come. It may come in some other way. But so what I'm trying to say is, as Dhananjay was saying, so that message coming to us, we should be receptive. It can come in any form. We should be receptive of that. That's what.
So,
no, Sairam, one observation here is, he gave Swami the card by elimination of other friends. He tried, for so many years, right? It was sitting with him. And then finally, Swami, it struck him, okay, oh, he is there, I can give it to him. So similarly, probably we are also going through all this, whether you want a friend in your life or not, they come and go. So that's we talked about it on Thursday, that difference between the human friendship and the divine friendship. See, if it's a human friends, if I come to know, you will say, oh, because she didn't take it, you gave me the card. Right? I'm not the first choice, right? I'm the 10th or 11th. So, but then God never says that. Swami knows where all he tried and gave it to him finally. So that's one thing we can learn. That is the difference between the divine friendship and the human friendship. Human friendship is full of emotions and it is not consistent. Divine friendship is consistent. Whether we say he is my friend or not, so God's love, that is always with us. It is consistent and we should have the faith also. In that way, we can look at it, whether we come in a direct path or we go around few times and then come also, he will accept us. That's what
I think we are over the time, but I would like to close the session with one single statement that so whatever relation you are assuming with the God, the simple thing what I think is, if you are thinking him as a friend, don't think he's your best friend. Try to you be best friend for him. And if you are thinking him as a parent, be a best kid for that. So whatever the relation you assume, try to fulfill from your side. Don't expect that he is going to be a great parent or he is going to be your best friend or he is going to be a great guru. But if you are thinking guru, be his best student, why likewise. That's what I would like.
Thank you. That was my final dialogue, by the way, but thank you for saying it. I don't have to repeat. Yeah, please go ahead.
To answer to Somyaji's question, when we try to find the best friend in human beings, there was a movie called Three Idiots. There was a famous dialogue in that movie when he said, when you fail, you feel bad. But if your best friend comes first, you feel worse about it.
Yes. Yeah, he does say that. That is human friendship. That is correct. All right. I just want to end with a reminder for a breath-based reflection. That is our life application. We are doing a meditation series just based on breath. Please make this a habit. Again, this is just out of practice. You bring your thought back to your breath. You do not have to remember these words. If you inhale, I walk the path of dharma, and exhale, I surrender to all outcomes. So again, just a reminder to have this breath-based reflection. I appreciate everyone being here today, and thank you for your participation. Let's end with Om and Trishan. Om Shant Shant Shanti Sai Ram.